crazy things in a rap song, but I came back to show you guys that I'm a full-fledged person. I have feelings and stuff, so we're gonna do poetry today. Before I get started on this first poem, there's a little bit of backstory to this. Last time I did a poetry performance, I had a 30-minute slot out at a brewery. And when I walked in, nobody was paying attention, and when we left at the very end, everybody was captivated by everything that I had to say. It's a big pat on the back moment for me. But when I left, my girlfriend's mom, who I hope to one day be my mother-in-law, looks at me and she goes, "How long did that take you? It looked like you put in so much work." And I had to look her straight in the face and say, every single poem that I write takes me about 10 minutes. And she did not believe me when I said that. Just the way that her eyes were peering into my soul, it was like she was Jesus. And I was sitting in those little pews, you know. I actually don't do church. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. But I decided that I would write another poem in a very short amount of time to prove to her. And I thought nothing better that I could write for her than to tell her how much that I love her daughter. Because when I walk in to the room, when I walk in anywhere and I see her daughter's eyes, there's something that captivates my brain and it makes it start to fizzle a little bit. You know, like when you start to pinch off someone's oxygen tank and they get a little bit dizzy. Sometimes when she reaches her arms up around me and they settle right here on the back of my neck, I feel like I just got crucified and I'm stuck and I can't really move, but I don't want to, and I'm seeking my salvation at that same time. Like all of the things that I've done in my past don't matter anymore, like someone threw away the book. I have never actually not rehearsed a poem before I got up on stage, and I have only memorized one other poem in my life, so this is going quite well, all things considered. There's times where I used to just spew what was going on my mind straight to her. I would get so high. I would be high out of my mind. I don't smoke anymore, but I'd be so high. Like I could look to my left and I would see God. God was sitting right there. And together, me and God would look down upon her, you know, like when you see the globe, and we'd reach down, pick her up with our fingertips, and we'd start to meticulously take apart everything that she is so I can understand how she works, so I can come back and love her just that much more. Sometimes when I would take her apart, I would get really stuck in her brain. I'd start digging around, probably messing things up, ruining old memories, and I would start looking for that one synapse that would lead me to her heart so I could steal it. I would sit around and wait for that next hug that felt like a warm blanket that came out of the dryer. I would slowly start to beat my fists against the inside of my skull, just trying to rid of all the past things that I'd done that were so horrid, that did not make me worthy to be next to her. Anytime that my name is spoken in the same sentence as her, I realize that my new favorite word is Valentina. Every single time that I have to go back and say that I wasn't good enough for you, the only thing that I can wish is that I would have died before I got there, because there's no way in hell, and I mean hell because it's probably where I'm going, that I deserve to have had this opportunity to even touch your grace. Poem. So if my mother-in-law sees this, how long did that take?
What was that?
How long did that take?
Sorry. Yeah, that was 2 minutes.
It was about 2 minutes? Yeah, that's how long it took to write that poem. We actually
Still
made that
got
up on the
more
spot.